Alright guys, Mr. Farmer here. We have my machine I picked up super cheap on eBay. This thing was a rusted disaster. I spent about a day refurbishing it. Then I had to wait on some new parts from Framon. Got a new vise, a new spacing block, a new belt. Color matched all the paint and got all that repainted. Took most of the rust off. Still got a little tarnish on here, but overall it's looking almost like a new machine. The only problem is, if you recall from the previous video, the key that was cut on it immediately post putting this together does not operate very well. It's very tight, does not work that well at all. So in order to calibrate your machine, always get a set of safety glasses, a 3/32 Allen wrench. You're gonna need a set of dial calipers. You can use a set of digital ones also. And we're gonna go ahead and get started here. So I'm gonna work on the depth spacing first. So what we're going to do here is we're going to dial to a known amount. So we're going to have this, it looks like, if this plate's in the right spot, let's try and get it to 250. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, let's try and get it to 250. Okay, so I have it on the 0 mark and right there. I'm gonna put in this key blank. Okay. And we'll get the shoulder lined up. Throw on my safety glasses. I'm going to turn this to any empty space, honestly. That's good right there. Flip the machine on. Okay. So what we have now is what we believe to be 250 here. Okay, so let's grab the dial calipers and let's measure our cut. Okay, so this machine is off. Okay, so what we believed was 250 looks like, what is that, 230, 235-ish maybe. Yeah. So let's try and adjust that. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold this in place. Going to take this Allen screw and loosen up this set screw. With holding this in place, we are going to dial this to where we cut. So we're going to roll this back all the way to 35. Okay, now let's pick another blank spot on here and make another cut and see if that's got it. Let's put this back on 250. Alright, so let's measure this second cut here. And we appear to be pretty spot on at 250 on there if we look at this. Alright, so I'm going to deem that to be calibrated for right now. So let's snug that on down. Okay. The next step is going to be spacing. So spacing, we want to dial this all the way back till it hits that stop. We need to have a standard wheel on here, the 1001 carbide cutter here. And then we're going to take this to 106. So 2 revolutions and then bring it to 6. So 1, 2, and 6. What we're going to do now is take a straight edge, and we're going to place this on here. And we're going to adjust this until the vise is just touching. Okay, that's flush, and that's right there. Okay, so we are about maybe 4 thousandths that we need to move this. We're in between the 10 and the 11 mark on the dial, and it should be at 6. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold this in place. We're gonna loosen up this set screw. We wanna be very careful to not move this. Sorry if my hand's blocking this, guys, but I have to hold this really steady. Turning this back to 6 to calibrate this. And let's see if I got it locked down in there. Good location here. Okay, that looks pretty good, guys. All right, so let's lock this down nice and tight. Okay, that's nice and tight. That's nice and tight. All right, so this machine should ideally be calibrated. So let's take a known key. This one's 54734. The cylinder we pinned up yesterday. And let's go ahead and get it set up to cut. Okay, so let's back it all the way over. A Schlag key is 231 starting cut. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 31. All right. Now we're going to line this spacing block up on the 156 block, cut number 1. Let's grab a blank 5-cut key, okay? And let's go ahead and get started. So we'll get the shoulder, that guide, lock it in, just as any other one. We are on cut number 1. And cut number 1 we said was a number 5 cut, which on a Schlag is 260. So we were cutting 250 earlier. So let's try and get just a 10 and get 260. Let's cut this key. Okay, so let's move on to space number 2. Space number 2 is a number 4, which is a 275. So let's turn this to 25. Okay, space number 3 is a number 7, which is a 230. So we need to take this back to 50, 230. Okay, and got to advance this to cut 3, of course. The dial moved a little bit. Let's see. Okay. So cut number 4 is a number 3 cut, which is 290. So we're going to go 250, add 40 to get it to 290. Okay, I'm going to hold this in place because it moved on the last one. Okay, and the last cut is a number 4 cut. So move this over to number 5. Okay. And a number 4 cut is once again a 275. So we're gonna bring this back right here. And if we did everything appropriately, let's get the burrs off this. Did everything appropriately, we should have a nice working key. Let's find out. is actually really smooth. Okay, so we have a now calibrated working machine that operates this lock just as the factory key did. Alright, so there's how you calibrate a Framon 2 machine and cut a key and make it work. So this is the extreme torture test. If you look at the other video, this thing was a rusted disaster. A little elbow grease and a couple new parts, and we're back up in business.